Hey guys, how's it going? It's Clary Berry, and I'm here today to talk about ADA Cardano again. So I just want to do week by week. So I'll be back with more Ethereum videos, guys, but I've already done so far out on Ethereum that I'm just going to keep going. I'm sorry, but I really feel just the best is doing these weekly videos. It's kind of like where the niche is just kind of, the energy is just flowing towards it, and I got to just follow it. So welcome to the show. Okay, so 29th of May, we have the Venus trine natal Jupiter. So this is some growth, some passion. There's a lot of talk, a lot of chatter, and a heck of a lot of transactions. Okay, around this time, 29th, we also have, let's see, peaking, we have Venus square natal sun. So this is adding to kind of this dedicated, passionate energy. You know, I kind of saw it as more fun on paper, but you know, I'm getting that there's growth. And again, we always look at the shape that you see, you know, that pops out to you, to me. But this is a little more complicated. It's like we have our bulls, and then we have the other people who are, again, also getting excited here. Again, there's a lot of excitement. Okay, so the 30th, don't really have a lot of aspects to cover, but we do have on the 31st, Venus trine natal Uranus. And yeah, that's this exciting energy. We have coins on a platter, coins. So even maybe, you know, just pretty good energy. Again, could be some little dips, maybe even 29. I would say 30, looking a little bit better going into the 31st. Again, there's just that Venus sextile natal Uranus, exciting. Oh, you know, fun. There's that fun energy, that theme kind of coming through. Okay. We've also got Sun sesquiquadrate natal Jupiter, and that could definitely be a peak here. You know, there's this build energy, and it's kind of just a tendency to maybe just expand so much energy that you just wear yourself out and you have to sit down and take a little break. You know, which is not a bad thing. That's how we live. That's how we grow. So, yeah, again, it's totally fun energy with also Venus sextile natal Venus. So this is good financial energy. This is good passionate. Again, a lot of people falling in love with ADA, you know, falling deeper in love with ADA. There's very stable aspect to this in a way with the 4 coming through. You know, again, this time period, I would say 30th, again, pretty stable here. And then 31st is going to be fun, you know, wild, much even better, I would say, than the 29th, you know. So let's get into it. Actually getting into June. Again, I think that the first, we're really just going to ride off some of that energy that we just had. So, you know, maybe coming down slightly, but overall bullish, you know what I mean, kind of going sideways with that positive energy that we gained a little bit. On the second, though, I think we have this more lower energy. There's a little bit of impulsiveness. She's up in the middle of the night, you know, she just can't sleep, so she's impulsive and just gets out of bed and does whatever comes to her mind, you know, but it might not necessarily be in that totally positive way. Sometimes when that happens, you really just, you know, sometimes when that happens, it's amazing. It's brilliant. But with this lower energy, and, you know, I just really feel, I mean, we do have fire here. I don't know. There's some of this energy is like impulsive, and it could go either way. But I think this is kind of, again, kind of getting discouraged, maybe feeling like you're falling behind, that sort of energy. So yeah, I think it's going to kind of dip back down on the second. Okay. So let's look at the third here. We have Mars peaking with the sun. All of these are peaks that I talk about, just so you know that. This is Mars. This is the peak of Mars sextile the sun, natal sun. And again, back on the third, yeah, look at this. We have some bright energy. This this is that drive, you know, that ambition that you want, that focus to get the job done. And there's also this with the 8, there's kind of this giving, you know, give and receive, power. This is good. You know, we have a lot of fire energy here, even though it's just swords. So with this Mars, again, sextile Sun, that's a lot of vigorous energy. Okay. And again, it may not be like super, super, super peakish because this is kind of long term. You're going to feel your way, you know, you're going to keep going and just keep going, even when you're old and gray. But it's like that much energy. Also, though, it can be possible peaks on the 3rd here. Pretty much looking at a peak on the 3rd, I would say. I mean, you're going to have a kind of, again, the peak, there's going to be a peak on probably the 31st because you're going to come back down, but then back up for the 3rd. Good energy, good energy. You know, it could all somewhat blend together in the end, but yeah, really good positive energy for really this week. And so this Mars, this 3rd, that's kind of during the week here. And then probably, you know, on Friday, Friday usually rides it pretty well anyways. Yeah, Friday we might say farewell to our little peak and things are going to calm down. You know, it's kind of like, be careful where you step here, be careful, you know, again, that peak with this vigorous energy, I mean, it's going to burn, but it's going to burn bright. And, you know, it's just definitely, with not only Mars sextile the Sun, but also Mars square natal Jupiter, really, again, the 3rd, wow. And then, so the 4th kind of come down a little bit after that, into the 5th. We actually have Cardinal T square popping up on the 5th and not a whole lot of other things, you know, big aspects peaking one way or the other. So again, I think we're going to kind of just be coming down, you know, from our little peak that we have on the 3rd and evening out a little bit. You know, this may be a little bit back up here coming on the 5th. This energy is interesting because we do have that Pluto in Capricorn that's kind of helping some of this money issues out. And I think, you know, there's this battle, this power struggle almost like back and forth between, you know, the old and the new ways of the financial industries. But of course, the old money don't want to give up their spots, but little do they know, they already are. So, I mean, it's going to be big. It's bigger than, it's like their worst nightmare, basically, coming true. And that's what we should all be celebrating. And again, buying the dips and hodl, buying the dips and hodl. Every time they're shaking it, every time, you know, there's again, this stable, even though we're positive here, we are stable. And, you know, again, we may kind of level out here, even to kind of a new little cycle here. Again, 4th, 5th, it's going to get, again, ready for kind of a restart. But I want to look at this because, let's see. Let's look at the 6th. Okay, we have a wedge that's kind of sticking around for these few days. And the only other thing we have is these trines. So the 4th and the 5th, we have 2 trines. And then back on the 6th, yeah, 6 might not be as good. We've got the 1 wedge and the 1 trine. And I believe that one has to do with Taurus. So again, very sideways or frustrated here. Okay, there's the cycles are happening. We just have to wait. We just have to bear it, you know. And it's like hands off. Again, do not sell. Hands off that sell button. So looking at the 7th, we're going to kind of wrap this up with the 7th. I hate to leave you guys on a peak here. And kind of, but you know, we're gonna come back again and talk about the next week soon. So the fear and the uncertainty and the doubt is coming through, especially with the Mars sesquiquadrant natal Neptune. Okay, this can be, like I said, a lot of doubting, a lot of, you know, even almost this is totally sneaky card here. You know, he's always looking over his shoulder. There's an element of almost taking advantage of people usually when you think about it. But again, that people could be taking advantage of Cardano here and trying to, you know, actively spread the FUD against Cardano. And it's just going to be lower energy. Look at this down, down, down. It's pointing down. And, you know, there is possible good energy in there somewhere. But really, this day is going to be really interesting because we also have this kind of standout energy with Mars square natal Uranus. So, I mean, this can be an explosion. Okay, full card. Okay. Again, this can be off the cliff. Okay. This can be off the cliff. But it's also taking that risk. So again, we may have some peaks. Are you willing to jump in and buy the peaks here? So, but I was just about to say though, this Mars square natal energy is, again, explosions of the unexpected. So if we're having a negative day, we may have part of the day be negative and then have a major leap, guys, because there is positive energy on this day. So again, some of this is going to be up to your own interpretation, as well as you should always, again, not a financial advisor, yada, 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 right? So this energy is positive. This, you know, there's different aspects here. So we have Mars, I think Mars square natal Uranus is this positive, not necessarily positive, but it's this explosion of unexpected. So again, possible peaks here. But let me get this last aspect. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be all right. I think it's going to be all right. It's going to work out pretty good. There may be some really unexpected things happening. There may be some potential FUD. There may be some talk. There may be something really sudden and unexpected on this day. There may be some moves. Okay. But overall, we have success here. And this was still for the same day. So there's kind of an element of your plans are busted. You know, that energy, and before, you know, I was thinking about it, oh, that negativity of your plans getting busted. Something, you know, possible breakdowns. You know, we have actually just going into Mercury retrograde on the 29th, so it's going to be affecting everybody and everything, right? I've already noticed it popping up at work. So that's going to be, again, the 29th of May through June 22nd. So, yeah, but this is, like I said, it could be plans busted, but I don't think it's going to be negative, because I usually take the Fool card to be, again, this more, well, it could be like an in-between. It could be like, you know, that step before you get into your new world, you know, you're just almost there, and you just have to take the leap to really make those changes for yourself. And so I usually see that as positive. And I think there's a lot of, with this, all this growth, I mean, it's just like, wow, the possibilities are endless. There's magic going on. There's really no negativity in this card. And so again, with the 6, we have success, we have love, we have passion. And again, it's like people falling in love with Cardano again, you know, so I think this is pretty bullish. We may have another peak here on the 7th. Again, this is wilder energy than your other 2 peaks during this week. Overall, this week is crazy good, it feels like, okay? And again, there may be some fun, maybe some dips, yada, 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 but I don't think it's going to be very substantial or affect us. And maybe it will, just not for a little while. So not to do too much of an illusion there. But yeah, pay attention to everything, guys. Thanks for the likes, shares, subscribes, etc. You can find me all over social media, Claryberry at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, etc. So I will talk to you guys later. Let me know what you want to see, and I will see you later. Bye.